So today we have Delvon. He is a co-founder of the channel and has been in a number of videos. He's a very good aimer that plays a lot of FPSs, most notably Call of Duty. Call of Duty. He was quite good at it. Honestly, in my humble opinion, probably could have went pro level, but he never really pursued it to my knowledge. But yeah, anything you want to add?
I didn't go pro because it would have ruined the experience of COD for me.
You know that's fair.
It would have ruined the experience of COD for me. I wanted a casual game and COD was that. Trying to go pro with COD is it's cool, but it would have definitely destroyed my viewpoint of it.
I think there's a lot of like pro players like in other games too that have like the same sentiment. Like I went pro and now I fucking hate this game. So that's
I played
fair.
COD for a very long time. I didn't want to destroy the mindset of it.
But yeah, that's who he is. Let's get started. Question numero uno. Have you played the newest COD? And how many hours of COD as a whole franchise would you say you have?
Black Ops 6, I played probably 10 hours of it. I'm starting to get tired of the copy and paste mindset they've had for the last couple years. So I haven't been putting much time into COD anymore. I'll find another game like either Destiny, like the finals, Apex at one point took most of the time at that, just to replace COD. I would hop in occasionally to see what's happening from season to season, but it got boring. Overall COD though, probably like close to 20,000 hours over all the CODs.
Yeah, yo, that's a lot of hours.
I've put a lot of hours in Call of Duty.
God damn.
It's a lot of Call of Duties. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Black Ops 2 was really good, and Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, it only started to go up downhill after 2019 to me, so.
God damn. Like, I'm just thinking about that. Like, I know COD's been going no longer than, like, Destiny. Obviously, people of the channel know Destiny, so we was a Destiny channel. I know my Destiny hours is close to, like, 5 or 6,000? Maybe closer to 8K if you include D2. And that's over the course of, like, 10 years. So that's insane.
And yeah, I think COD's been going on for, like, 20 plus, so yeah.
Like, that's insane. But that's fair. Question numero dos. You've basically only been playing finals now for at least like a whole year. What has been the appeal to play this game over playing Call of Duty?
The wackiness of it. The wackiness and destructibility, wackiness, gunplay. It all just meshes well together in what they've done here. And the game just looks amazing. COD has just changed too much. And compared to this just feels and plays better.
I can as a counter or interjection, if you will, one could say Battlefield is very similar in nature to like the destructibility of the maps and such.
Did you play the new Battlefield?
Well, no.
Okay, then I'm gonna stop that right there. That new Battlefield was ass. I did play that one. It was ass. Just let it go. Don't even bring it back up. I don't want to get the Battlefield people on me trying to eat me alive, but it was just not a good Battlefield.
My bad for bringing up the sacred Battlefield. My bad. Question 3. As someone coming from a COD background, are there anything in the finals that you wish was more like COD? Any issues with the game?
No. If I wanted to play something like COD, I would just play COD. I can't say there are many games that catch that appeal. Like X-Defiant had an aspect like it was almost like COD, but it didn't feel right. So when I played COD and played X-Defiant in comparison, I was just like, I'd rather just play COD. Finals and COD are just two completely different types of games, and I don't really see point of trying to bring aspects from that game over to the other one, considering they do two different things.
That's definitely agreeable. COD, from my experience, is very different from this game. But I don't have that much hours in the COD. I probably have like a total of maybe like, like 40? So I play a lot of Ghosts, but like my a lot of Ghosts and his a lot of Ghosts is two completely different things.
Yes, it is two completely different things.
So, yeah. Question 4. As a COD player, I have seen people post on Reddit, Twitter, about wishing the finals would add kill cams or score streaks / kill streaks to the game. What are your thoughts on these implications added?
Kill cams I understand. Kill cams I can understand. I would like to see sometimes how I die in this game, because because sometimes it'd be bullshit. But other than probably introducing kill cams, I don't really see a reason to add score streaks or kill streaks because this game isn't as fast-paced as COD. It's fast-paced for sure, but if you're trying to compare this to COD, these are two different things. And the games don't last as long, per round basis, like COD does. Like in a regular Call of Duty match, it's probably going to be 15 minutes. If you're playing either quick cash or you're playing like one round in, what is it, ranked or world tour, you're spending probably less than 10 minutes in. So kill streaks and like score streaks wouldn't help or do anything for the game, but extend it to be longer than it needs to be.
Question 5. Now, this isn't something that happens too much anymore, as this was mostly a thing that happened like in the beginning of the finals, but it still occasionally pops up. There was complaints about players coming from games such as COD trying to treat this game like it was COD, and basically only going for kills and not playing objective. Do you feel these players hurt the game experience for others?
I mean, when you come into a new game, you're gonna just resort to the basic instinct first. You'll learn as you play, but if you're gonna come from a different game like COD and come over here, there's no reason to. I mean, if you're just gonna play it like you're playing COD, sure, it could work, but you're gonna have a bad experience overall after playing for a little bit. There's nothing that's gonna handicap you when it comes to who you're gonna be playing against, and you never know who you're gonna be playing against. Playing like COD isn't going to necessarily help you do anything because this is an objective-based game. And while yes, you can go for kills, and they've introduced TDM, you can play, Power Shift. There's tons of ways to do it, but all of them usually have an objective. TDM just happens to be one that's straight kills. They don't hurt the experience, they're just hurting themselves and not learning something.
Funny enough, this particular complaint is now often referred to as light players. So, is it a coinky dink? Who knows? Maybe all COD players are light players. Who knows?
I feel like they are.
Question says, being an avid COD enjoyer, you may have some insight on what you think here. What do you think the finals could do to attract more players to their game?
That's a hard one, to be honest with you. Attracting players is like trying to steal some of your players from different games, because this is a shooter for FPS to start off with, and you're gonna have to compete with every other FPS. Whether people still like Battlefield or not, they still go there. Whether people still play Apex or not, still go there. You have other FPS genres that you're struggling to compete with, that you're gonna have to take their player base to get more in. That's kind of a hard thing to do, considering how this game plays. It could attract more players by probably doing a little bit more advertisement for itself. But other than that, I can't really say there's too much it's doing wrong as it stands, because it's trying to build a community based off the players that are already here instead of trying to like draw in every single person. I think they can do much. I think they're doing a good job so far.
Yeah, this was like a interesting thought, because obviously COD markets themselves every year, and obviously they're one of the bigger franchises, so was ever so curious if there was like some kind of like marketing thing that potentially you felt that like contributed to like their success as a whole, or it was just like, hey look, new card, hey look, new card, hey look.
No, it's Call of Duty's different. It's like, hey, look, new COD. Even though I would prefer them not to shove it down everyone's face every year, because they could really make a good experience for the one game they release. If they just waited every 3 years to release a new COD, that'd be perfect for them. They still make money. They still have the nostalgia aspect. But if we're talking about the finals, they're not there yet to do something like this. So for now, as long as they keep adding to this game and keep progressing it forward, they'll gain more players as we go on. Because it's well, I'll say this, it's a very beautiful game. Beautiful game to play, look at. Skins are nice. Even in the battle pass, or even if for the free stuff you can get, they all look good.
That is definitely facts. Like, I'm not really a cosmetic kind of guy, but even I can appreciate how good some of the shit looks. Like, it's actually pretty nice. It is pretty nice. Question 7. Do you watch any finals content? If so, What kind of content?
I don't really watch finals content. I haven't really found the content creator besides like obviously you for like funny purposes and shit like that. But other than that, not really. I watched like how Reddit has like a compilation piece of like some of the best clips or whatever episode or whatever fuck it they're doing. Sometimes I'll peek into that because it'll be funny sometimes. But other than that, not really. Just don't find any finals content to be interesting. Like to watch on like any YouTube channel or something like that.
That's understandable. There's definitely a couple of niches in the finals YouTube sphere that's not filled out yet.
You like, If you like look at the finals content and like just type in the finals, it's most people like high kill gameplays, or if it's not, I forgot. I also watch like in the beginning of the season for like the new equipment or whatever is coming out around that time, just to get a little bit more information about it. But if it's not information, funny content, or the Reddit clips, I don't really look at anything, because if you look at the finals, if you type in the finals on YouTube, it's just gonna be a bunch of high kill games, slight commentary about something, and then some clickbait stuff about the finals is dying. I'm like how? But I digress.
Well, if any future content creators, or even some content creators right now, is watching this, you have your niche. You have your niche that's not filled out yet. You guys should go do that. Question 8. What are your current favorite things to use in the finals?
Well, they nerfed my grenades. I used to love those.
Used to be 2, now it's 1. And the damage is decreased.
And the damage is decreased. Like, it's crazy. But if we're talking equipment-wise, probably goo grenade. Overall, just fun. I still love frags. I just don't use them as much anymore. Defib's always fun. Obviously, any movement gadget is also always the best. Weapons, I'll use anything when it comes to weapons. The only thing I won't use right now is model, because they neutered that gun. They neutered the fuck out of it. Yeah, they neutered the fuck out that gun, and I can't help just think of anything else to use. Everything else is just pretty much fun gun to use. I'll put them on from time to time.
I'm honestly surprised with the goo grenade one, cause like obviously we played, right? I know early on, maybe like the first like 3, 4, maybe even 5-ish months, Mans was like, yo, goo grenade is ass. Trash.
Okay. I have to preface this with every time my friends would use it, it's just that the fact that sometimes they would get me caught in their goo. And I would just be like, what the fuck is happening here?
But honestly, but honestly, that being up there is like character development right there. Question 9. So many people will say COD is the perfect game to come home and turn your brain off and just be mindless to unwind for about an hour or 2 after a day of work. While simultaneously, people will say it's harder to do that in the finals due to the game being more objective based. And as such, they prefer COD. Do you feel the game is harder to turn your brain off in comparatively to COD?
It just depends on which game mode I'm playing. If you're playing Quick Cash or any of the short game modes like Quick Cash, TDM, Terminal Attack, or Power Shift, you can turn off your brain pretty much for those. You can usually turn your brain off for World Tour, but because of the event going on right now where certain weapons give you a little bit more money, you can't really just turn your brain off. And then obviously you're not turning your brain off for rank. So it can be done, it's just that you have to sometimes realize which game mode you're playing and what you're doing if you really want to turn your brain off. Because I can go into Quick Cash and just zone the fuck out and it wouldn't matter.
That's a big thing. I like fucking around in Quick Cash or sometimes World Tour. Obviously not, again, like you said, not this week. World Tour is a little bit different right now with the different cash amounts, but I like going into like Quick Cash and just fucking around with like various different shits. Like, I love Dagger. I'm a trash Dagger user, but I love that thing. It is so fun. But it's definitely fun just to just be mindless in there. Question DS. Last but not least, pretty simple one. Would you say you are a casual gamer or competitive one? Which one do you think you lean more into and why?
More or less in between. If you're asking me personally, I'd probably say casual for myself. I like to, play in ranked. I like World Tour. I like to show up on the leaderboards, but sometimes I don't care. And I just want to have a fun experience playing the game. Because, as a reminder, playing a video game is supposed to be fun. If I'm not having fun, then I don't want to play. Well, probably casual gaming.
One could say being competitive is also fun, though. You can have fun while being competitive.
Yeah, you can. I'm not saying you can't. It's just, I prefer to be a casual gamer and have more fun.
I believe if anyone watched the last one, I believe Carl also said the same thing, that he's more in the middle kind of the pack. But if he had more time, he would lean more on the competitive side. So hearing the two differences there is kind of interesting, very intriguing. Very intriguing there, very intriguing. But, yeah. That's a card player's thoughts on the finals related content. Gracias for giving your insight. Gracias for answering said questions. Much appreciated. If you have any other questions for him, you have any counterpoints you want to say, whatever the case may be, leave it in the comments, and he will potentially reply to you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, take care and peace. Bye bye.